Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to speak to you about spices and not only how they can add flavor to a meal, but they can also have some pretty good impact on your health. So, I really want to talk to you about ones that I've seen be beneficial not only in the research, but also with my own patients. Excuse me. So, let me pull up my notes here. Where did they go? There they are. Okay. So let's start off. There's quite a long list. I think one of the more common ones that we certainly have heard of is turmeric. I actually can take turmeric daily. I actually buy it in capsules, and it has a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of ginger in it as well, because there's some really great anti-inflammatory effects that come with taking turmeric. But then you add in the black pepper, it increases the bioavailability about 2,000 fold. So when it comes to turmeric, literally you can't lose. It has anti-inflammatory. It actually decreases the production of the molecules that cause inflammation, and then it's an antioxidant, right? So that neutralizes the harmful free radicals. And then it also boosts the body's own ability to create antioxidant enzymes. And remember, the free radicals are made every day. It's just the fact that we're living, free radicals are made, and so it's really important to eat anti rich antioxidant foods, but also add these spices in if you can. And then there's some interesting research on it being neuroprotective for our brain, at least against age-related diseases like dementia. Another one that, well, I should also mention with turmeric, I've given it to patients in capsule form, equivalent to about half a teaspoon a day, with just a dash of black pepper, maybe a quarter teaspoon of ginger, and had significant reduction in like joint discomfort with like rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, things like that. I take it on a daily basis, just for the good effects it has, but also because with exercise and stuff, it's helpful there. Next up is cinnamon. Who doesn't love cinnamon? I'm sure there are some people who don't love cinnamon, but for cinnamon, definitely seen it being helpful for blood sugar regulation, and it can actually be helpful for lipid metabolism. So I actually have a cholesterol lowering protocol that I provide with my patients who are struggling with cholesterol issues, and part of that is cinnamon, half a teaspoon a day. And the way it helps with blood sugar regulation is it basically improves your insulin sensitivity by increasing the glucose uptake and storage. Next up is ginger. Ginger is really interesting. So not only can it help with nausea, I mean, I learned this a long time ago when I was pregnant. With every pregnancy, all three of them, I was extremely nauseous, vomiting. Ugh. That alone would maybe keep me from having another child. Well, obviously not now, but anyway, back in the day, I mean, that was such a difficult time to maneuver. And a cousin of mine said, "Have you tried ginger?" So I started drinking ginger tea, and that's where my love affair with teas started. And on a side note, I think I'm going to start drawing and using my art to also share with you stories about tea, because I think that's a great way to encourage me to do my art, which I love, but also help educate, which I love as well. So, but anyway, ginger can help ease indigestion, reduce bloating, but it does help with nausea. So if you find that you have nausea from morning sickness, and mine occurred at any time of the day, it can be very beneficial. In garlic. So garlic is interesting. There's some really interesting research because I'm doing a hypertension summit, and I was just on Chef AJ's show. I'm going to be a regular every month. So if you're a fan of Chef AJ, check me out with her every fourth Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'll be on there teaching about some subject. And today was 5 things to reduce your high blood pressure. And someone asked a question about foods, and garlic is certainly one of them that can be shown to lower blood pressure. I don't have the exact numbers off the top of my head, but it actually might also help with LDL, aged garlic in particular. Garlic is also really good for your immune system. So anytime that you can get in garlic, I would. I love garlic. And again, it's just such a wonderful thing, but it really helps enhance the disease-fighting response of certain white blood cells when they encounter viruses. So especially in this fall and winter season, we need everything we can do to help prevent the flu and the common cold. So just add some garlic to your meals if you can. Cumin is another one. Growing up in New Mexico, Mexican food, a chili pepper, cumin were staples in our house. And it has been shown to be very helpful in stimulating digestive enzymes. So digestive enzymes, excuse me, guys, I don't know what's going on with my throat, are, one second, there we go, sorry. Digestive enzymes are released by the pancreas in response to digestion. So you eat, it goes down to the stomach, and it starts the additional process. And then as it goes into the small intestine, the pancreas releases digestive enzymes like amylase and lipase and other ACEs. Some of them come from the intestine, some come from the pancreatic enzymes themselves. So, but anyway, cumin can help aid in that process. So if you have maybe bloating after eating, maybe you add some cumin and see if there's some improvement in that symptoms. It's also an antioxidant, again, protection of our DNA against the free radicals that are just produced by living. Paprika. So paprika is interesting. Did you know that it contains beta carotene, which is converted to vitamin A, and which is, of course, good and important for your vision. It also is anti-inflammatory. It contains a compound called capsaicin, which has anti-inflammatory effects. And we'll get more into the capsaicin here in a minute. But I've utilized topical capsaicin for patients with joint discomfort and pain. Now you want to be very careful and wash your hands after you apply it, because if you get it in your eyes or something, it would not be a pleasant experience. So you can buy capsaicin cream over the counter. Cayenne pepper, so again, has a capsaicin. Basically, there's some interesting research showing that it increases metabolism, increasing the heat production of the body, therefore burning more calories, so to speak. Again, pain relief with the topical application. Interesting, also, when you think about capsaicin, there's some evidence that it might actually be beneficial in weight regulation by improving or helping grow in the microbiome the bacteria that are anti-obesity. So really fascinating. Beyond making it give a nice punch of heat, can be very helpful in a variety of things. So then there's black pepper or pepperine, which is what you'll find when you look for, like, say, turmeric and it has black pepper. It'll say contains pepperine, and that's Piperine. Basically, that's what I had mentioned before. It increases the bioavailability of the curcumin, which is in the turmeric, and that enhances other absorptions such as selenium, B12, beta carotene. So go black pepper. You probably have it on your table or in your kitchen. It also can stimulate hydrochloric acid production, aiding in digestion. A lot of people think that we want to decrease the hydrochloric acid production in the stomach, but remember, it's there for a reason. And people who have heartburn absolutely may need to do that, but they also should be looking at other factors that are actually the root cause of their heartburn. Many times people switch to a whole food plant-based diet will see some improvement in their GERD symptoms or heartburn symptoms. But the thing to understand is that hydrochloric acid is there to help you digest food. And one thing in particular, like I think I'd mentioned yesterday in my B12 discussion, was that it helps cleave B12 and then helps it be more readily absorbed as it moves through the digestive process. It attaches to the intrinsic factor and such. So there you go. Cardamon. Now, cardamon is one that I've not used a whole lot until I went more plant-based, but it's actually got a nice flavor. And but it actually might be helpful with ulcers and can actually help reduce blood pressure because it has a little bit of a diuretic effect. So you might want to be careful there. Cloves, you want to take them in small amounts. And they are also high in antioxidants, and they contain a thing called eugenol. There we go. And it's basically a natural antiseptic. So it can kill bacteria in the mouth, which, again, we want to be mindful. Bacteria in the mouth are helpful with the nitric oxide production when you eat nitrate-rich foods, which I go through an explanation on the Chef AJ show this morning. I think it's on replay, so you can go to her channel and check it out if you like. Saffron. Now, I really like saffron, and I'm going to tell you a story about saffron use. So I had a patient who was young. I believe she was 16, and I had read about the improvement of mood disorders with like depression with the use of saffron. And mom was very hesitant to start medications, as was I. Anytime that you have a young person or any person, it's really discussion on will this actually be beneficial, because other things like exercise have been shown just to be as beneficial. But I spoke to mom about, the saffron research, and we put her on a supplement of saffron, which you can buy. And I went to consumerlab.com and found the ones that are recommended, because you want to make sure what you're actually buying is actually in the actual pill that they're describing. Anyway, we put her on the saffron according to the directions on the bottle. And she also started seeing a therapist. And the therapist worked in our clinic. And she came up to me. She goes, "What are you doing to these people that you're sending to me, including this teenager?" And they said something. She said, "Mom was telling me something about some spice or something." I was like, "Yeah, it's saffron." And so saffron had shown beneficial effects with multiple patients in mind. Another way you can use saffron is actually aromatherapy. And when I was working for Dr. Joel Furman in our clinic in Boca Raton, Florida, we actually had diffusers with saffron, and because there was some interesting research on saffron aromatherapy. So if you're into that thing, you might want to give it a try. And again, they think there might be some protection against age-related decline, cognitive decline in like dementia. Basil. Everyone has basil. I love basil. It's really good in like dressings and when you're cooking soups and different things. It also contains the eugenol, which combats inflammation, but it's also an adaptogen, right? So this will may help the body adapt to stress and kind of normalize the effects of stress. Rosemary. Rosemary, again, we probably see it more used in Italian cooking, or like I always think of rosemary in not only Italian, but like the old chicken soups and things like that. So I probably haven't used rosemary as much as I probably should in some of my cooking, but it contains compounds that prevent the breakdown of acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter essential for memory and concentration. So that's interesting. And it's also an antioxidant. So contains some compounds like the rosmarinic acid that neutralize the free radicals. And then there's thyme. I love thyme. Actually, my family thinks I utilize it too much because I will put a lot of it in there, and it can be kind of a strong thing, but I just love this flavor. So thiamol and thyme has a strong antimicrobial effects. And so again, it's a great thing to add into your quote unquote unchicken or non-chicken soup. And it actually has been used historically for respiratory conditions like bronchitis because it has such strong anti-inflammatory effects. And last but not least is oregano. Again, I love oregano as well. And it also has antibacterial and antioxidants effects. So again, protecting our DNA from damage. So again, there you go, guys. So if you want to add flavor and get another excellent health punch, try the turmeric. I take that daily. Cinnamon, especially for blood sugar and cholesterol. Ginger for anti-inflammation and digestion. Garlic for your blood pressure and immunity. Cumin, digestion, antioxidant. Paprika for vision and inflammation. Cayenne for metabolism and again, remember the capsaicin applied topically for pain. Black pepper for enhancing digestion and improving absorption of things like selenium, B12, beta carotene, and the curcumin from turmeric. Cardamon for digestive health and also might help with blood pressure. Cloves for oral health, antioxidant. Saffron for your mood. Have seen it be beneficial clinically. Anecdotally, I understand, but sometimes it's better than some of the studies. I'm just kidding, guys. Basil, anti-inflammatory, and it's an adaptogen to help with stress. Rosemary with cognitive antioxidants. Thyme for antimicrobials and respiratory, and oregano for antibacterial and antioxidant. That is a lot. Oh, I don't even know how many is that. 11, 12, 13, 15 different spices that you can add to your meals. And, people who say a plant-based diet is bland and doesn't taste good, I would argue any day of the week that it does not have to be that way. And so go spice up those meals, add a little extra flavor, hold the salt, and see what happens. And you just may find that you are enjoying your meals much more than you thought you would. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And by the way, one more mention, I just want to share tomorrow night, I'm having as part of the Healing Kitchen. You can join the Healing Kitchen, or you can just buy the workshop. I'm going to be going over all plant-based labs, like what labs you should be getting on a plant-based diet, which ones you should be getting on a regular basis, why, and maybe there's some variations with those who eat a whole food plant-based diet, and when is that a concern and when is it not? Get lots of those questions. Bring your labs with you. I'm happy to give you some general guidance on what you should be looking for, or maybe have a question or two, and that's fine. And I'll also be providing an ebook about the workshop, and I'll probably finish it after the workshop because I want to incorporate, if I hear some questions that maybe I missed, I want to make sure to incorporate that in the ebook. And then every single month, I'll be offering a workshop as part of the Healing Kitchen membership. We also do weekly meetings with myself and Brittany. We meet live. She cooks and provides recipes. I answer more medical questions. And then we have an expert who joins us once a month on Saturdays. This coming November is Dr. Clapper. Then we have Kim Campbell and Brenda Davis lined up after that. So check it out, guys. Again, you can also buy it as a one-off. When I'm done, we'll put it up on the website, and if you don't want to join the Healing Kitchen. But it's a great community, so you might want to check it out. All on drmars.com. Okay, thanks, guys. Have a great day, and have a lovely rest of your Wednesday. Bye.